Donna Fallon is a trained medium living and working in Cambridge. As well as mediumship, she is also a full-time housewife and mother, balancing a work schedule with a busy home life.
That's my life in general. Dogs, cats, children. That's been my life for 40 years. One day I went along to a spiritualist church. A lady turned to me and she gave me some really accurate information, and actually it changed my life forever because it started to make me think. The things that she said no one could have known. So I did go on to join a development circle after that, and things basically started to happen to me quite quickly. I basically started to do readings for friends and saying things that I just couldn't have known, and it went from there. They would tell other friends who would tell other friends, and then the phone started ringing and people would say, would you do a reading for me?
Do you remember your first reading after your training?
Yes, it was during my training actually, and it was a lovely American girl. She was beautiful, she was like a model, she was from LA, and I know we were doing one of our exercises. I had her dad with me. She hadn't had a message from him before, and I knew he'd passed 3 years ago because he told me this. I'd said personal things to her and she said, you'll never know what that means to me, and it really surprised me. I thought, wow. My nan is my spirit guide who passed 3 years ago. I knew she was going to pass away and she's my helper now. But I've got a Chinese family as well. I've got a doctor who helps me with my healing. Everybody has spirit guides. Even if you don't know you're spiritual, everyone has guides. And they're my sort of door to the spirit world, really. And they've never ever let me down. I've never been and not been able to do a reading. I've recently learned the tarot cards. Tarot cards can be really accurate as a guideline. We can set the ones the person shuffles and chooses are the ones for them, and that can often help people, whereas they might not want a spiritual reading. So now it goes hand in hand with what I do. The youngest I've read for is a 13-year-old girl, but her mum came with me and she'd just lost her dad about 6 months before, and that was a lovely reading from her dad, and her mum sat with us. So that's the thing. It's about responsibility. If a 15-year-old came on her own, I would say no. I either want your mum here. You know, it's about being responsible. And the oldest I've done a reading for is a lovely 92-year-old woman, and that was amazing. And actually I had a lovely compliment from her. She said, "I'm not scared to die now because you just told me lots of stuff about my husband." And that was really nice. I'm really proud of my charity work because I never thought I'd ever be able to make a difference. The baby hospice I just did the demonstration for, I raised £500, and that was my first time. I want to raise a lot more for them. They're in Liverpool and they're not funded by the National Health Service, so they need every penny that they can get, basically. I'm doing a breast cancer thing next week, a breast cancer breakthrough, and everybody knows someone who's been touched by cancer. So again, that's really important to me. My dream, one is to do, it's really sad, is to do a reading for Robbie Williams because I just love him, and I'm working on that. And my really big proper dream is to open my own centre, hopefully in Cambridge in the future, where in that centre people would come along and I would teach them, do teaching workshops, beginners and students like yourself and older people. I would teach them mediumship, basic mediumship, and then we'd go on and we'd do meditation there in the centre and healing, and they could come and do healing workshops and different things like that. I was a mum sitting at home who couldn't even drive, and it actually makes me really emotional because I'd always wanted to be my own boss. I'm from Liverpool, from a council house, and I'm proud of that, don't get me wrong. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me, but I never had an education. I never had the chances that you students do, and the fact that my children have got GCSEs and A-levels means the world to me because they've got choices, but I didn't, and I was a mum and a wife, and that's all I ever thought I would be. So the fact now that I'm my own boss, working for myself, and I'm actually helping people, it actually means the world to me. It really does. Sorry.
Sorry, you can take a break if you want. Donna has always wanted to test her skills through giving short readings to complete strangers on the streets of Cambridge. We went with her to document this experiment.
Oh, this lady here looks like she might like that. We'll ask her, see what she says. Hi there, my name's Donna. I'm a medium. I'm doing a documentary. Would you like to read it? lovely. Okay, thank you. Okay, how I work is just say yes or no to me. Don't give me no information.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, I've got a lady that joins me. She's drawing close to you. She feels very much like her mother. Is your grandmother in the spirit world?
One. Is,
That's fine.
Yeah.
I want her to be on mum's side of the family, is that correct?
No.
Right, well she's talking about your mum, so let's see what she says. She doesn't feel recent in her passing. I want it to be quite a while ago. I've got to give you travelling, I've got to get cases packed. Is it quite soon? Is it within the next 2 months, do you know?
Yeah.
Thank you. Often if they've had an aneurysm or a tumour or something, I'll get pressure on my head. If they had, like when I was doing one of the readings yesterday, they'd had cancer and I knew it was here, I'll feel trouble here on my chest and in my throat. Different sort of, if someone's passed in a car accident, I know it's very quick and I'll feel a bang, a real bang on my head, and that's to say it's been a car accident or a motorbike accident, that sort of thing. But I do feel it was quick, her passing. I'm also getting pressure on my head.
Yeah.
Was it an accident?
It was, yeah.
Thank you.
Was it? Yeah.
Because they give me pressure as a symbol. I do feel it was an accident. Your dad was a good timekeeper.
Yes.
Because I asked him about why he was talking about the watch, and I've asked he'd never had a reading before. And it's interesting when people haven't had one, they don't know what to expect.
Yes.
If he meant 6 o'clock, he meant 6
Yes.
o'clock. Well, it was an experiment. Going up to people in the street, you don't know who you're going to get. They're all different people. You're not going to get all of them who say yes to everything. I gave messages from the spirit world, and that's what my job is. Like, I'd rather do 10 readings like Michael, but life isn't like that, and it was nice to meet different people. I've got a gentleman with me. Has your dad passed away?
Yes.
Thank you, because this is a dad. He's the type of person, he would have joked about your hair, he would have messed your hair.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to write something for him or someone else in the family. Have you got
me.
a sister?
My sister, yeah.
He said sister, so she wrote something for him. You couldn't be serious around him.
No.
Even with his illness, he's very much around you at the minute.
Yeah.
He's quite emotional.
Yeah.
He's very, very proud of you because it's like you had to take charge. Who's Mike? Michael.
Me.
Thank you. I couldn't have known that. Well
What?
done.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Mike. May, the month of May means something to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good. Is that around the 23rd, please?
22nd, I get married.
Thank you. Again, I couldn't have known that. And I tell you something, he's got a pint and he's going to be there.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll leave his love with you. Do you mind if
Wow.
I give you a cuddle because he
Thank
just
you.
wants me? God bless you.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
you so much.
After speaking to Donna and experiencing the emotions of those we interviewed on the streets, we wanted personal confirmation of Donna's skills through readings for each of us in her personal reading room.
I'm going to ask her to bring your nan. So do you remember your nan?
Yeah, I'm on my dad's side.
That's fine. I'm going to ask him to bring her and then just all of them to set aside so one talks. Good, because I've got a nan. She's coming through now. She's actually a little bit bossy. Does that make sense with her?
Yeah.
Oh good, I'm being polite with her. She's a little bit bossy. She's going like, get on with it. And that's what she's telling you to do at the minute. You've got to get on with something that you've been putting on hold. She would always send you a little something for your birthday, something like that. She loves daffodils actually.
Yeah,
She wants to give you a bunch of daffodils. You've got a grandmother in the spirit world.
Mhm.
Yes. You hadn't really had many people pass, and it affected you in quite more of a way than you realised when she passed away.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to show it to people. You sense her around you. Are you alright, darling? I have my supply of tissues here. Bless her, she's just gorgeous. She's very, very proud of you. Are you the first person in your family to go to university?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've just asked her why she's so proud of you. And it was really, she loves books and she always encouraged you. And she says, I can't believe she's done that. She so knows that you've done this. You've got a nan in the spirit world, is that right?
Yeah.
She, again, is quite a character. She's quite funny. She likes music, actually. I don't feel she was a big lady who watched the telly all the time. She adores you. She's really proud of you. Again, you must be one of the only people to go to university in your family. Have you got a boyfriend at the minute? Because I want to say there's someone, I've got to say this, there's someone who really loves you. You were this little flower before, and now you've grown and become a rose, and I'm getting her emotions, and she says, look what she's become, look what you've done with your life. Now with him, okay, bless him, he doesn't feel old. Does that make sense? Good. I feel he passed quickly, and it wasn't expected. His death shouldn't have happened. There's still a lot of people devastated from his passing. It wasn't meant to happen. I can't stress that enough. You're saying that he just adores you. He really admires you. You're everything in a way he wasn't. He really, I know, again, you took it hard, his passing. A lot of people came to his funeral as well. It was like you couldn't even get in the door, and this surprised him, and I don't know why, because he's an amazing lad. 19, was he 19? Alright, thank you. Come on, darling, I can't feel your emotions. Should we end it now, darling?